Techeetah, let me ask you, how much did jazz influence your vocalizing, your singing? How much did jazz influence you?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
I grew up, I sang quite a bit, in little nightclubs in Fresno, Visalia, California, Northern California.
Right, up north, exactly.
Exactly, Dinah Washington.
Oh, my God. You're talking a legend now. Right.
I used to sing at little clubs, and I love jazz.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So.
Yeah. And David, who are some of your great jazz influences?
Grover Washington.
Yes, great saxophone.
I come from, even that Bay Area type situation. It wasn't really heavy jazz, but it was a nice fusion, Tower Power, those type of
of course, yes.
those type of musicians and things like that. But there was always a fusion involved in what I was, I was taking part in. But just as of recent, I got into the smooth jazz thing, very deeply. The deep jazz. I studied music in school, so the jazz thing was always a part of my life. And being a sax player and a horn player, of course, you're gonna, jazz
Grover,
band in
and I
school.
can see why you would.
He was, my father loved Grover.
Yes.
And so I patterned a lot of stuff off of Grover. But there's quite a few other, current musicians that I really, love. And who else can I say? George Benson.
Oh, of course.
Man, because I sang as well. And, working with Techeetah, so, a singer and player and, just an all-around musician, man. My mother was a, teacher. So I had a, blessing there, to be able to be involved in music at all times. So jazz and every type of music was a part. Being with the Commodores, we had pop, R&B. So there was like a world of fusions.
Right.
Right.
It was, and even with the Atlantic Star.
Oh, yeah.
Their style was on the cusp of jazz. You could
they were very David and Wayne.
Yes.
They were the Lewis brothers. There were three brothers. They were the main core of Atlantic Star. But David and Wayne, the two lead singers. David, who sang the lead on Secret Lover. I worked with them. I was their music director.
Incredible group in the 70s and the 80s.
Exactly, 70s, 80s. Even in the 89 coming into 90, they did a big tour in Japan, and I was their MD. I was their music director. So I had a really good experience working with them, man. That's why I call my situation David Cochran experience, because being able to work with great people like this.
There you go.
It's all an experience, man, because I've always done music all my life, and I've been blessed by that. So
there you go. And that's what it is. It's a true blessing. That's what it is. Now, when can we expect your new single, your new LP to be out? When do you think it's going to be on the streets?
Okay, that's
because people, Jazz on My Mind viewers are watching.
Okay, here's what's happening.
They want to know how soon can we get that?
The single, along with the EP, which includes 3 other songs. There's So Fine, Spanglish. There's Oye Viejito, she mentioned. And there's 2 other songs produced by a great friend of mine who we haven't mentioned yet, who's involved in the project. It's Jesse Johnson.
Jesse Johnson.
Jesse Johnson had a big hit in 1978 called "I Want to Be Your Man, Baby."
Maybe that was it 70?
And Free World. And Free World.
Free World was good.
No.
What year?
Can you help?
Yeah. Can you? That's like 80. No. It's right after Purple Rain. So you talking about like 84, 85.
84, yeah.
85.
Jesse Johnson.
John McClane signed him. Yeah.
He was a mean guitar player.
No. He's still around, man.
He's
still doing it. He's creeping. Yeah.
Still look good.
Used to be with the Time. With Morris Day
and coming out with a new album too.
That's wonderful.
He got a great new album. But Jesse's a really good friend of mine. We produced years ago in '88. One of the songs on Paul Abdul's big hit album, "Forever Your Girl." So we have a history of production projects together. He's a really good friend of mine. And he was really, really cool and offered a couple of tracks. Actually, he had a song that I was listening to that he was working on his project, and he said he wasn't going to do it. I said, man, that's all right there, man. I'm working on this project. And it's a really tight artist named Techeetah.
Right.
Well, actually, she goes by Cheetah.
Okay.
And then, there's a story behind, which is better. Techeetah has more of an original ring. So, okay, she was Cheetah, right? Okay, that's what everybody really called it. I'm gonna tell the story real quick. So Jesse, that dude is like one of the most creative and technical people that people don't know that about him. Like Prince and a lot of the current day producers really have a really hands-on technical thing. So anyway, his studio is cold. He got set up and everything. So Cheetah called him one day, and on her caller ID said Techeetah. He's like, Techeetah. He said, that's what you need to call yourself. He retabbed her stamp her name.
Oh, so
that's her real name.
Okay.
Actually, it's on this ball in red. And it goes Techeetah.
Well, yeah, he's a tech.
Isn't that beautiful?
Jesse is like you don't even know, man. That dude's knowledge, like technically and creatively and just naturally is like super on point. He's we still gotta hook him up with this cat right here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Jesse,
We
he's
talking about that song over
he's
there,
got
too.
some things lurking. But anyway, he did 2 other songs. Quiero Madre, you say it.
You got me.
Quiero
Quiero Madre. Yeah, exactly.
Say it right.
And it ain't nothing like a song.
Yeah, you know the line.
Uh-huh.
So he did those. No, those are 2 of the other songs that are prepared. We were. Let's go back to the original question. The release of the full CD,
Yes.
which is called another song that Jesse produced on it called Mi Vida, which is the title cut of
Mi
the full
Vida.
CD.
Now that's what I wanted, because when people
Banging
start
track.
looking for it, I want them to know exactly what to look for.
Yeah.
The title again, David, is,
Mi Vida.
and when will it be out on the streets? When will it be hitting?
Give us. I'm not going to promise.
Okay.
But we're working on, depending on what the single does, and you know how well people like you can give us some love on it.
Querida Madre.
I'm gonna give you much love.
I would say within a 2 or 3 month period of
2 or
time.
3
Like
months.
we want to by the summer.
Right.
By the heat of the summer, we want to be able to release an album and keep the momentum and the excitement of a project going forward.
Well, collectively, you guys are a heck of a group. Collectively, your sound is incredible. Paris, you're doing your thing, and it's a wonder you found time, because you're acting. Your movie Cholo Skate is supposed to be coming out, where you portray yourself.
Telling me something I didn't know.
Yeah,
Cholo
where you
Skate?
get to portray yourself. And see, I know this
that's hot.
because I had the pleasure of interviewing Paris
Okay.
a couple of weeks ago. This
That's
is how
hot.
this all culminated. But you're gonna play yourself in this movie Cholo Skate, and that's coming out real soon. Also,
Coming out.
you're gonna be the music director for a new show called The Feel Good Show.
Right.
So you got a lot happening coming out this summer.
Yeah, we can try to do that and try
We
to
need
tour.
to-
Try to tour.
Available.
Try to tour, and then work on the second album. Hopefully, we'll
No, yeah, we're
something with
we're
David.
chopping it
Yeah.
up about some
Because
things.
we got the second album coming with straight heat. So,
And your group, if I can interject here, is called the Paris Escovedo Project.
Right.
And I've heard your CD, and your CD is off the charts as well. I can see why Techeetah said, I need that guy. I want that man on
Oh,
my song.
absolutely.
I can understand. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And David, you're going to be working with some more with Techeetah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And,
We're gonna
and then
finish
you
up
also
the CD.
then you also have your own
Yeah.
jazz thing
I've
coming.
got a few things out there under the David Cochran experience,
Okay.
and it's out there available. But we're concentrating on this lady right now,
You know,
Miss Techeetah.
I just
Okay.
want to say that I feel very, very blessed to encounter David and
Of course.
Paris in my life. And I'm not saying I am somebody. Of course, everybody in this world is somebody, but to be graced with their presence, just to come from a small little town and just be able, wow,
Yes.
I'm just
Yes.
really wowed over everything.
It's our pleasure too.
Yeah,
We, it's a people world, man.
And see, and I love that. And speaking to the three of you, the way you guys admire each other, I mean, that's one main ingredient which is necessary for any musicians to collaborate.
Absolutely.
You have to have a certain admiration and respect for each other.
No, the chemistry was actually beautiful, natural, and it's been a tough climb because it's an independent situation. I mean, we're looking to bring it up on a very, very strong level. We have plans about that. I mean, we're all using our professionalism to make sure that it gets exposed and appreciated. Because that's one of my biggest statements, and I'm gonna say it.
There
Let
you
the
go.
music live.
Yeah,
Because
and
there's so much music that
yes,
I see that
yes,
gets
there is.
created
Yes.
that doesn't get a chance to be appreciated by the masses of people. So we're really concentrating on not only creating it, but making sure that it gets heard and enjoyed, man.
Well, see, that's our premise for Jazz on My Mind. Our premise is to make sure that music by Techeetah, David, and also Paris is played and is heard, and people recognize your talent, the ability to be able to produce such wonderful music. So I'm glad that we could be here as Jazz on My Mind to also be a vehicle for you to accomplish that musical goal.
Beautiful.
So I want to say thank you.
Man, thank you.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure
Yeah.
indeed.
Appreciate
Paris, thank you for being here. It's good to see
Thank
you
you.
again.
Good
I
to see
love
you
that
again, my
hat.
brother.
Yes, and maybe I'll see you at
See you at
church.
church?
Yes.
We got it.
See you at church.
David,
Beautiful.
it's
Pleasure.
an extreme,
Pleasure. And Mr. Cheetah.
of course, the star of the hour.
Yes.
Techeetah, thank you for allowing me to spend this time with you. This
Thank
means
you for having me.
it's my extreme pleasure. It means the world to me to have you here and to bring these two gentlemen along with you. I think we have started a wonderful relationship here,
Beautiful, man. Thank
and I just hope that by the grace of God that it continues and flourishes. So I wish all three of you the best to your families. I wish you all the best in your future musical endeavors as well.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to thank Mr. Paris Escovedo. Be sure to pick up his brand new CD from the Paris Escovedo project. David Cochran, his stuff is going to be hitting pretty soon. And of course, once again, Techeetah And her new single is called So Fine Spanglish. So be sure to check that out. You're going to love it. Her collaboration with Howard Johnson, David Cochran, and also Paris Escovedo. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Richard Blackwell, and thank you for watching Jazz on My Mind.